looking at the quiz, I'm sorry, there are actually a couple announcements before we get to the quiz. Sorry about that, I forgot. Primarily, the big announcement is going to be, so our exam, I mentioned previously that it is on Friday. I was in fact mistaken about that. It is instead going to be on Thursday. So this Thursday will be our Unit 1 exam. That means that on Wednesday, we're going to be spending Wednesday doing a review for it and going over the quiz in more depth. So if you have additional questions, I encourage you to bring them in. Yeah, Morgan.
Will the unit test go in time to
No, next 6 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, as far as the quiz grade, if you're not satisfied with your quiz grade, then you do have the option of making corrections. So those corrections will earn you half credit back. So, for example, if you received a 75 and you make corrections on your quiz, you will receive half the points that you missed. So half of 25 is 13 and a half, or 12 and a half, around that 13. So your grade will be boosted to an 88. Okay? So those corrections need to be done in a different color. So if you did pencil, do it in pen. You can do it on the quiz or on a separate sheet of paper. I'm not particular about which, but you need to explain the correct answer, why it's the correct answer. So, like I said, I want to take a look at a couple questions in particular. So number 3 is a question that whenever I looked at the data, it seemed like about 30% of us got that one right. And so I want to talk about it. So flip to question 3. And let's walk through how we get to the correct answer. So, on question 3, we see that we have two graphs, right? Here, this dashed graph is our parent function, in this case the absolute value, because it makes that b. And we've got this darker bolded line here, and that's our transformed. Now, looking at the transformed line, can I have a hand, please? Can somebody tell me, what do we know about either our a or our b values? Eduardo? How do you know that? Right, so because the dark line has been reflected over the x-axis, we know that a has to be a negative number. So if we look at our answer choices, well, a tells us that a is greater than 1, which means that a is a positive number, so we can go ahead and eliminate a right off the bat. B tells us that a is greater than negative 1 but less than 0, so still possibly a negative, or so still a negative number. So we're going to leave B. C tells us that a is between 0 and 1. So again, we know that that one's not a negative. And lastly, D, a is just a number less than negative 1. So right off the bat, we've eliminated 2 of our answer choices. Now, even if you have no idea what else, you can guess 50-50 shot. Improve your chances quite a bit. Now, can I get another hand, please, for somebody telling me, what do we know, what else do we know? This is about our B value. So to figure that out, remember, look at our vertex on our two graphs. Bless you. What's happened to the vertex of our new graph? Has it shifted up or has it shifted down? Up. So, if our graph has shifted up vertically, what do we know about B? Right, it's greater than 0 or it's a positive number. So that means our answer is not B, but in fact D. Questions on problem 3? All right. And I also said I wanted to take a look at problem number 5. Yes, I did. So looking here at problem 5, which function does not have 5 as an element of its range? So what it's saying is, which function will y never be equal to 5, or can y not be equal to 5? But, so, looking at these answer choices for A, can y ever equal 5?
No.
No? How do you?
Yes.
Right, because when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5. We can eliminate A. What about for B? Can y ever be equal to 5? How do you say that, Edward? You see nodding your head. Right? So if x is equal to 5, we get the absolute value of 5 plus 10. With the negative absolute value, well, the negative makes it a negative 5 plus 10 is equal to positive 5, so it cannot be b either. Now we know that C is the correct answer from looking at the answer key. But let's talk about y. So, looking here, we have the negative of an absolute value, right? And we're minusing 10 from it. So what does the negative out front tell us? Morgan?
It tells us it's gonna be negative regardless of the absolute value.
Right, it's going to be negative regardless of the absolute value. But if you think about it, though, as a graph, remember, well, a negative number flips the graph, right? So it's opening downwards. And so, right off the bat, we know that because it's opening downwards, y, we will never reach above where y is equal to 0. And we're interested in when y is equal to 5. So again, right off the bat, because we're also shifting our graph down by 10, we know that the graph is never, ever going to be able, we're never going to encounter that y value of 5. That's how we know that C is our correct answer. So that's also, like I said, just pretty much the toughest question on the quiz, and also the most conceptually difficult. But I want to open it up to you all now because we have a few extra minutes. Questions on the quiz? Any questions you want to go over in particular? Again, this is a good time to start doing those corrections, because if you want help, you need to have those answers explained, you need to be able to explain those answers. So this is opening to multiple or free response. Honey? Number 6. All right. Oh, whoa, I have too many things open. Okay, on question 6. So a over b is equal to 2. What's the value of 4b over a? So the first thing that we want to do is figure out, well, we want to break this down so we only have a single variable. We either only want to have b or only have a. Doesn't really matter which. Let me give you somebody excuse. Am I going to solve for a or am I going to solve for b?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So if I'm going to solve this side for a, well, I'm going to go ahead and solve a is equal to multiply b each side by b, right? So a is equal to 2 times b. Multiply each side by b times b, eliminates there, takes it right there. A is equal to 2b. I go over here to where this 4b over a. That means that I'm going to take the 4b and replace a with 2b. From there, the b's cancel, so I'm left with 4 over 2 is equal to positive 2, or h. That's just one of substitution problem. Yeah, Warren.
For that one, couldn't you also just do knowing a over b could be 2 over 1 equals 2, and then you fill in for a and b 2 over 1?
Okay, sorry, did you repeat that one?
So couldn't you do, if we know a divided by a over b is 2, couldn't we just do 2 over 1 and then fill that in for a and b? Or that wouldn't work?
2 over 1 for a and b.
Because 2 equals...
Oh. Yeah, that would totally work. Yeah, absolutely. You mean assign a value for it? Yeah, that would totally work. Yes, that could. Yes, you're absolutely correct. All right, other questions on part 6, though? We have time for maybe one last question. Free response or multiple choice. Going once, going twice. Yes, guys.
15b.
15b. Free response. Okay. Okay. Let me see. So 15B looks like we need. Okay. So right up here, for 15A, well, here's the original parent function, right? Here's the dashed line. This dark line right here is our transformed. Well, for 15B, all you need to do is find, what was the point that we were looking for? F of -3. So you come down here, f of -3, so when y is equal to, when x is equal to -3, or y is equal to -3, what is our x value? Well, you trace that line over here, and you see where we intersect our function here at x equal to -4. So it's another, basically just kind of tracing question. Okay. Like I said, I do want you all to bring this back on Wednesday so we can go over these questions a little bit more. Until then, though, let's go ahead and put the quiz away. I do encourage you to make corrections if you feel like you want to improve the grade. And with that, I would like for you to now go ahead and flip over. So we're not going to do the do first. Instead, I want you to go to your Explore. That's on the back of that first sheet. So it's still on the same sheet as the do first, but on the back of it. Should look like this right here. And what I want you to do is, take 4 minutes, no 5 minutes at your table, go ahead and plot the points that are given, write me an equation of a line for those plots, or for those data points, and find me the prediction for a 16-ounce smoothie. All right, you have 5 minutes starting now.